The footage you will see in this video does not reflect the final product and are subject to change. Expect glitches and bugs as the game is still in development. If you want to be a part of it, join the founding today and get access immediately. Hello buddies, welcome to Warhammer 40K Inquisitor Martyr. My name is Game Knight and tonight I want to go through the roadmap that Neocore games have released for this game. Meanwhile, in the background you can enjoy some gameplay from the game. To begin with, we have during February and March the alpha launch. The alpha launch includes the inquisitorial background Crusader, which is basically a tank type character with power armor and heavy weapons. He is playable right now. Then we will have the star map available in this build, and it's a limited star map, they have said, which is currently purely functioning as a mission selection screen, but it will change in the future. In the next build, they will activate the basic mechanics of the open world gameplay, and each new milestone after that will add and improve new functions. In this build right now, you can access the randomly generated mission system and the daily missions, along with the weekly glory. This update also includes the randomly generated ARPG maps. They are built of prefabricated segments which are tied to various environmental settings. In this current build, you'll find two different test settings, an indoor and outdoor environment. In the final game, you can expect 8 to 10 environmental settings with 1 to 3 subsettings each. This build, of course, also includes basic controls, combat skills and weapons. More to come on that later. In March, we will be seeing the open world update, which is the second milestone. They will be expanding the open world, which represents the open world sandbox. In this build, we will be seeing investigations pop up. These short micro campaigns are influenced by players' choices during the briefings and after the missions. The former option will determine what kind of assistance you can rely on your mission. The later will steer the course of the campaign, setting up the next mission. What this patch also brings is the fate points. Fate points are tied to the tarot cards of Uther. Some of them you can see below here. By combining cards from the minor and major arcana, you can create your own missions with unique customized challenges. These tarot missions grant significantly greater rewards, and this is your best chance to get valuable loot. But this patch brings a lot more to the game. I think this is one of the biggest updates that the game will bring. Next up, we have the Protector's title and glory. If you decide to focus on completing missions in a particular system, you'll start progressing on a very special chart that unlocks special rewards along the way. In case you have reached the end of this chart, you'll start competing with other similar dedicated Inquisitors. The Inquisitor who collects the most glory points becomes the official protector of the system. Being a protector grants a unique pet, which only remains in play until the person loses his status as protector. This patch will also introduce the Tech Priest crafting. These Tech Priests under your supervision can craft unique items with blueprints that you find in the world, artifacts that can be salvaged, as well as equipment reskinning, and also brings the inoculator and skill crafting into play. In game terms, this is a booster skill that you can customize. By combining various available components, you can set up what your inoculator does. It can be used for healing, buffs, or even active skill modifications. And we're not done yet. You will also get account leveling at this point, which will basically be you leveling your account after you reach maximum character level. It also introduces perks, which are powerful passive effects that will be available on a limited number of slots, and they can modify your character build greatly. We will also be seeing 2 more environmental setting variants, new weapons like maybe the godlike weapons you can see below here, the grav gun and hand flamer, or maybe the eviscerator. To spice things up, the last thing will be a new star system and new unique locations within the star systems. At the third milestone, we will start to see the Assassin Inquisitor. She is a stealth-oriented, quite vulnerable class, though at the same time it can deal out the highest DPS in the game, with her special dodge moves and unique combat armor types that enable hiding and the manipulation of time. Not to mention the special assassin weapons. This patch also introduces the Inquisitorial Cabals, which are groups of Inquisitors working together. You can join up with your friends and unlock basic functions of the Cabal system, like founding new Cabals, joining Cabals, setting authority levels, Cabal experience and progression trees. We will also see new and unique points of interest appear in various systems, introducing role-playing elements and management functions. This patch also introduces the Puritan and Radical factions. The Inquisitors are divided between two major factions, the conservative Puritans and the more pragmatic Radicals. The choice between the investigation missions or during global events and faction missions influences the character standing with the Puritan Radical chart. Reaching certain milestones on this morality chart activates different bonuses, and the shift towards one of the extremes can lead to very unique scenarios, like a Radical Inquisitor wielding demonic weapons to fight fire with fire. We can also expect one new environmental setting and two new environmental setting variants at this point. Now, the fourth milestone is coming in April to July 2017. I'm really looking forward to this one, because this is where we will see the Inquisitorial Fortress buildings come to life. Players can create their own secret hideouts, which will appear in the game as special ARPG maps when other players try to get in and take your precious loot. Fortresses can be customized, and they will also introduce a concept of secret wars that Inquisitors wage against each other. This milestone is extremely cool and will enable fortress building, while the next milestone will unlock the whole system and siege options. This milestone will also introduce a new type of enemies, the Imperial Rebels. Foul soldiers that have turned heretic. A new faction that you can slaughter by thousands. In this content patch, we will also see the first season. This is a very strong central theme around the season for 3 months, and it will introduce new enemy types, new conflicts, new investigations, and just fill out the background of the season and the entire global event that it is going to be. By the end of the test season, we will be seeing the end of the founding. This will happen in July-August 2017. Everything will culminate in the introduction of the Grand Investigations and the global events. The Black Legion makes a grand entrance and is a new enemy faction. Fortress sieges will be a part of the gameplay, and there will be new environmental settings and variants. They will also unlock the boss fights with the Primaris Psyker Inquisitorial background as well. And at this point they will also start testing the player arena gameplay mode, which is direct PvP mode. If it works, it can be implemented into the final game. If not, maybe it will need further testing. And here we are at full game release. Q3 2017 it's set to be. At this point we will be seeing the story-based single-player campaign become available. More environments, vehicular combat, And we'll also see the Cabal Wars, where enemy factions can battle against each other in maybe PvP. And finally, we have 3 new enemy factions come release: Alpha Legion, Night Lords, and the Dark Eldar. So this has been a view into the roadmap or star map that Neocore Games have made, and it's looking really interesting so far. If they can keep up the momentum, I mean, it's a lot of things that they have put into this schedule, and I think it's crammed into a very short period. But we'll see. I mean, they have been updating the game a lot these past weeks, where the alpha has been released, and I mean, it could prove to be viable. So we'll see in the coming months. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video and that you will subscribe for more. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed sharing this experience with me. If you did, leave me a like and a comment down below. It's very much appreciated. Also, if you haven't already, remember to subscribe by joining the Nightly Buddyhood. Have a wonderful game night. Cheers and stay cool.